Did you listen to Jeff and Professor Hamo in the morning? Here's what you missed.
If you're over 50,
Yes.
no, they say over 40 actually,
Okay.
to avoid prostate cancer or to early detection, because a lot of men are vulnerable to prostate cancer. A lot of men.
Inatokea wapi? Vulnerability. Nini? The two kegeles.
Mendes.
Yes. So zinaanza kuwa na
You
shida.
have to get it checked, and it's just a check. It's easy.
What happened? Nini nataka?
Prostate.
Yeah.
It's lack of
Nini flamboyance, eh? YOLO. Lack of YOLO.
That's why,
Lack of YOLO.
Kila siku.
You have to, as a young person,
Kila siku.
you have to maintain
Clip na
caution.
sema hataki hizo vitu. Kila siku.
You have to, as a young man.
By the
it
way,
is important.
I'm not deviating from the topic,
Yeah.
but I understand Langata Road is bumper to bumper.
Kai.
Edward Maina Jatelo amesema hadi tutoke nje ya gari tuote jua.
Guy, kwani kuna shida gani?
Langata, could someone tell us what's happening
Yes.
on Langata Road?
Man.
My goodness. And then Kenya traffic says Langata, there you go, bumper to bumper. Oh my goodness.
Hata Willis nimeona sasa amesema
Ameingia sahi.
yes, alikuwa ameshikwa.
Ameingia sahi sasa.
Alikutana nayo asubuhi. Nimejua shida iko wapi. Unajua hii Wayakiwe pia iko na mashida zake. Hizo diversion na nini? Ukijipata kwa hiyo jama utoki.
Forget about it.
Wewe ngojea tu. Langata Road poleni, labda kuna is it an accident ama kuna kitu na haiwezi kuwa tu imeshikana.
Just like that.
Yes.
Haiwezekani.
Poleni.
So all the way, KWS, Barracks, Carnivore, that whole stretch.
Kuja.
That whole
Mpaka
stretch.
Madaraka kuja pita. Watu wa aerodrome ndio wanasaidikana. Kini gari kubwa nyorosha. Na unajua hapo nyayo hapo kuna shida kabisa.
Yeah.
Hapo utokai.
That was a great conversation there we had with Sylvia.
That articulate mama.
Very articulate. A lot of people, and she's young too, huh?
That is
Very young.
hopeful for this nation.
A lot of hope. A lot of hope. And there's nothing as good as having hope in the future. And the youth, many of whom are hopeless.
Yes.
There's a good feeling.
Sumona hii story amesema kwamba at least we have a county that we can say is working.
Absolutely.
Hiyo inamaanisha kila mtu anaweza fanya.
Speaking of working,
yes.
There's a phenomenon called Fuliza Avenue ile yao.
Yes, kwao. Kwa angalia mashamba za kwao. Mama Gina Street Kenyatta.
So when I got it back, there was a flat tire in the back.
Man.
And flat tire, when I took it to the gas station, they said, hey, boss, hii lazima tu
tutafute ingine kwa sababu imeraruka. Itatobolewa na nini?
When it's tubeless, si imeraruka.
Yes, hiyo ni utoe.
So they said, okay, we'll source it right now.
Yes.
They will deliver it and we'll put it in right now.
Na unajua ni bili. Huwezi letoa moja itaka bana.
Exactly, ni bili.
Yes.
So I had to go straight M-Pesa Fuliza.
You didn't know huko na kakitu?
See ya kutosha, 2 wheels on the beast.
Yes, hapo tayari hiyo si pesa unatembea na. Hata jana ulikataa kutulipa hapa bet. I know. Nikakwambia mambo ya Fuliza ukakataa.
Buzz. So that's the only way I could pay.
Wow.
Fuliza, folks, it works and it saves you the embarrassment.
Kabisa.
And yes, when you say it saves you for a rainy day, this is the real deal, Holyfield.
Kabisa.
Dial *234# right now. Go to M-Pesa Fuliza. Opt in. Once you do that, by the way, if you have 2 phones, 2 Safaricom lines, you can go twice. If you have 3 Safaricom lines,
thrice. Every
up to you. Every
account
phone.
is
Tarus. Tarus, well done it.
Simona amechukua wengi. Gwandu kidogo.
Wait, do you know Uganda has always been known as the Pearl of Africa?
The Pearl.
That's Winston Churchill, former British Prime Minister Winston Churchill. The man who always... By the way, he has a cigar. One of the few leaders in the world who has a cigar named after him. Churchill. When you smoke a Churchill, you know you're smoking a fat baby.
You're saying it so well.
It's called a Churchill.
Man.
So Winston Churchill called this country the Pearl of Africa at the turn of the 20th century.
Why was it called the Pearl?
Because, the waterfalls, the landscape, the beauty of the place. When he first came, he says, "My goodness, it's like a pearl. It's like a pearl."
And he was an eloquent man.
Oh my goodness, Churchill. Oof. But then, he failed a couple of times to run for prime minister. Right after World War II, he failed. He lost, came back, won, and then in the end, lost again. It was a very colorful career. Anyway, fast forward. It's 79, 80 upward. We are in the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa.
Yes.
The head of the OAU then, Organization of African Unity, before it became the AU, head of the OAU that year, they used to exchange every year, right? They used to take turns, just like they do now, was one Idi Amin Dada.
The broken Englishman. He was the chair.
He was the chair that time. This is the first part of what we call a story of the the first part. So Idi Amin was the chair. And obviously, they used to rotate the chair. Oh, by the way, oh man. Okay, let me go back a bit. Amin takes over. Remember when he took over, right? 1971, 72. He took over from Milton Obote.
Yes.
Those days, there was a photojournalist by the name of Mohammed Amin. Incredible guy. They used to call him 6 Camera Mo. Boss. And he used to work for like everyone on the planet.
Yes.
Because those days, if you couldn't reach a place, you subscribe to someone who said, okay, if you get to this place, get us some pictures, photos, tutumia, utalipwa.
Yes.
The big international networks back then. Yes. So Mo worked for all of them. That's why he used to walk around with all these cameras.
Yes.
So now there's a coup in Uganda. Everyone's trying to get in. All the international correspondents who are based in Nairobi are trying to get into
Uganda.
And they can't. The airport in Entebbe has been shut down.
Yes.
In fact, there are military vehicles on the runway in case you try to even land. So, everybody in the world is saying, can we get pictures of this new general who's taken over in Uganda?
Yes.
Who is he? How can we get pictures? We need to find out who is this person.
Yes.
So Mo, being Mo, he calls State House Kampala. He calls. Then I'm like,
yes. Akona namba ya Obote.
Bas.
Sasa wewe mwenye uko hapo
shika. Akapiga simu.
Yes.
Yeah, State House Kampala, can I help you? He says, yes, this is Mohammed Amin.
Yes.
I would like to speak to the general, please. Operator huyo wa simu.
Yes.
Amesikiaje?
Amin.
Mohammed Amin.
Yes.
So this Amin must be related to
Idi Amin.
Yes. He put the phone in immediately. I could put through.
Yes.
Hello, who's this? General Amin, my name is Mohammed Amin. I'm a photojournalist in Nairobi, Kenya.
Yes.
We understand you've taken over. Yeah, I've taken over. Uganda is now in safe control. Yes, but I would like, the whole world wants to know who you are, what you look like. We would like to come and take a few pictures of you and the videos, just so that we can tell the world who you are. Oh, yeah? Okay, no problem. Come.
This is the first guy.
Akapanda ndege Wilson Airport. Wengine bado wanangoja.
Wanangojea
was
Obote.
waiting to get in.
Yes.
Charters a flight from Wilson, flies into Entebbe. They've cleared the tankers right now from the runway. Lands from Entebbe. 1 hour drive into Kampala. He meets who? The general.
Idi Amin Dada.
Idi Amin Dada, conqueror of the British Empire.
He was a 6-foot giant.
300 pounds.
Guy.
So that's how Mohammed Amin was able to get into that place and take pictures that were like world exclusives.
Amin
and he and Amin were very good. I mean, they developed a very strong relationship. But it's just the power of thinking.
Yes.
Mohammed Amin, Idi Amin. There could be a relation. Oh, can you imagine? Those were journalists of those days. So anyway, a few years later, Idi Amin is chairman of the OAU. They're all in Addis, He's about to give his speech. As he walks into the room, he's given a piece of paper. You know, those days countries communicated by telex. It was almost code. Right?
Yes.
Telex sent from one place to another. He gets this telex, he's reading it as he's walking in, and then before he gets on stage, he hands it over to General Yakubu Gowon. You know, Nigeria those days was one coup after another. Let's face it, it was terrible, man. In the 60s, 70s, Apana, that and Ghana, there was one coup after another. So General Yakubu Gowon was the military head of state at the time. So he had left Lagos, showed up in Addis, and was hanging out at the OAU. He's handed this telex that says, "Sorry, my friend, your country has just been taken over."
And you are seated there as the head of state.
Head of state.
Man.
You're at the OAU.
So what do you do?
Hey,
Well, you're no longer in
status
service. You're no longer in service.
your services are no longer required.
Right.
Can you imagine?
Miles from home.
Yes.
So what do you
So
do?
now he's hanging around. By the way, I met him later on, like 30 years later. But he's still alive.
He is.
Yakubu Gowon, still alive in his late 70s or early 80s.
He went back to Nigeria.
Yes, he went back later on. Oh, yeah, it was fine. I mean, these guys, it was never personal, huh?
Oh, wewe tuachie tu. Please. Wacha tuibe mafuta kidogo.
So the guy who took over is a guy called General Murtala Mohammed.
Murtala
Mohammed. Great guy, very charismatic. People loved him. In fact, he used to drive around without bodyguards.
Man.
No military. He's driving in those days in Nigeria was 504. Nigeria 504? Peugeot.
Yes.
That was the military car of choice.
Man.
All in military green, right?
Yeah.
So he's driving around. This is how he used to communicate with people.
Yeah.
And his number 2, right? His 2IC, they called it then. Second in command was a guy called General Olusegun Obasanjo.
Who later became
Wait, don't jump.
Oh.
Don't jump.
Yes, nimewacha.
Turudi kwa
2IC.
Murtala.
No, 2IC.
2IC.
2IC, yes.
Was General Olusegun
Obasanjo.
So one day,
Yes.
General Murtala Mohammed is driving down the streets of Lagos. Lagos, bustling, traffic, you know, it's crazy, madness. Nahana bodyguards, Nahana escort.
Niye, Django Green.
Got traffic. In the traffic, a guy sees him. He looks, Allah. You know what I'm saying? Pulls out a gun. Boom, 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 boom. In traffic. Assassinates the Nigerian head of state in traffic.
Man.
So he's rushed to hospital. Of course, he's dead as a doornail. And the military is panicking now. What do we do? What do we do? So then they say, so you give it to this 2IC.
Who's you doing, Kwapa?
So General Olusegun Obasanjo, reluctantly, because he had no ambitions to become head of state or anything, reluctantly becomes the head of state in 1976. And he says that in his first speech, he promises that this will be an interim period. In 3 years or less, we shall give it back to civilian government. Thus began General Obasanjo's first foray into leadership as military head of state in Nigeria. He did that he kept his promise, by the way.
After
3 years later, he hands over to Shehu Shagari.
Shehu Shagari.
Shehu Shagari. Remember that name growing up?
No, I can't remember Shehu Shagari.
Shehu Shagari.
But I'll never forget that Shehu Shagari.
79. Obasanjo hands over, goes back to the barracks.
Yes.
Shehu Shagari is in power for 4 years. I think it was about 4 until 83. Around 83. And then the most famous Nigerian general does his own coup. And it's not Sani Abacha. Before Sani Abacha, there's a guy called IBB.
IBB.
Ibrahim Badamosi Babangida.
Yes, that is a name I remember. IBB.
Did I tell you? IBB, correct.
Yes.
Everybody knows this name. Did I tell you the story about Kariuki Chotara and IBB?
No.
I didn't tell you?
You never told me. See,
your own Kariuki Chotara.
Yes,
I'll come back. Remind me. So,
Chotara.
Obasanjo hands over to Shagari. Shagari does 4 years civilian.
Yes.
And then he's overthrown by IBB. IBB does 8 years, I think, 83 to 88. And then they go into, 83 to 88. And then what, they have elections or something? Yeah, they have elections. Anyway, Nigeria was ruled, military rule, one after another. So 1990, what was it, 95? Yeah.
Yes.
95, correct? They hold elections. And IBB, in his wisdom,
Yes.
as they're counting, just like they're doing now.
Yes.
Just like this week.
As
They're counting, right?
Yes.
Wanangoja, and the guy who was leading was called, that rich billionaire, what was his name? Anyway, he was leading.
Yes.
It was obvious he was leading. IBB was behind because he was standing too.
Yes.
IBB decided, you know what? Let's annul these elections. Let's just annul them.
Tukiendelea kuhesabu.
In fact, IEBC ifungwe.
Saidu tokeni bomas.
Can you imagine? This billionaire name will come to me. Anyway, so he annuls the elections. There's chaos around the country. People are wondering what's going on. Will IBB stay on as military? Is it another coup?
Yes.
Guess what? Sani Abacha had other plans.
Who was he?
Sani Abacha was now like the 2YC
To
IBB.
And where was our general?
Obasanjo.
Yes.
Oh, Asha retire.
Oh yeah, go home, man.
Asha retire. Akosawa. He's farming chickens, Akosawa.
Shooting movies.
So Sani Abacha takes over now, overthrows IBB.
Akanyang'anya sasa
And by
mzee.
the way, they used to call IBB Maradona. That
Yes.
was his name. His nickname was Maradona.
Maradona
Because he could
IBB.
dribble everything. Dribble.
Kama anatoa ABC kimchezo.
Yes.
Man.
Abacha takes over and he becomes now the brutal dictator.
Oh, Sani
Killing,
Abacha.
remember he killed the guy in Ogoni, Ken Saro-Wiwa, and
yes.
those activists.
The
They were
writers.
protesting down in the south because of the oil, and he got them arrested and had them hung. In fact, President Mandela, who had just come into power in 94, Mandela had gone there to protest. He's begging Abacha, don't kill, don't hang these guys. Boom, they ended up getting hung. Ken Saro-Wiwa and 9 activists. Anyway, so Abacha is there and he's ruling with an iron fist. Nigeria has become now another military state. And then one day, through someone's wisdom, they invite some guests from the east to have a good time with General Sani Abacha.
Yes.
A really good time where they allegedly use some blue pills and some good stuff.
Oh man.
So akiwa
Friday
ndani ya
pills.
hiyo kazi,
Yeah.
roho ikasimama.
Roho ikanyulia.
Hapo
Man.
Abacha. In fact, I was at the OAU summit in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, Mandela was there, Gaddafi was on his way, we were expecting Sani Abacha, 1998.
Kumbe amekula kablu pia anaendelesha kazi ndio akuja akiwa light.
Akiwa light kidogo kama cliff.
Yes, angalie zile nini.
Boom, we get news from Abuja.
Oh man.
Sani Abacha has died. Oh my God.
Having a good time. Hamukuambiwa immediately.
No, those were details. That later came to revelation. But the guy who now takes over is, oh my God, the guy with the white beard. How could I have his initials were AAA. Abu Salam. Oh man. Anyway, he now takes over from Abacha because he's his 2YC. He takes over. He says, guys, in 2 years, the military will rule and then we'll give back to
Civilians.
Sure enough, 1998 rolls around. This general, I'll get his name in a moment, he now says, okay, let's have elections.
Yes.
Who's going to run? Who's available? They look out there and they see this former retired general who's raising chickens in a farm in a place called Abeokuta.
Shooting at new.
Why don't you come? So General Olusegun Obasanjo is brought in from retirement to run. Again. On the other side, guess who's running in the other party? General Muhammadu Buhari.
Oh man.
2 old or elderly generals.
Watu ambao walikuwa wameshasema tunafunga virago, bendera nimewarudishia na kofia.
Now they're both running. Of course, in the end, the former military head of state turned prisoner. He was put in prison by Abacha for about 3-4 years. They tried to kill him in prison. Abacha, everyone was a threat to him. So former military head of state turned prisoner, turned president
Again.
or democratically elected president. He's the only Nigerian, only African to have been elected twice or been in power twice.
Yes.
Once as a military head of state,
Yes.
the other one elected in a
I
democratically dispensation. Can you imagine? So 1998, Obasanjo comes in. 99 actually is inaugurated.
Yes.
He does his 4 years. He does another 4 years. So he did his own, 2 terms.
Yes.
And then tried to go for another one.
Imezidi. No, you have chicken.
Yeah, but it was incredible. I mean, that was an amazing time to be in Nigeria, as democracy was now finally, after so many years of military rule, now democracy was coming into play. So he did his 2, and then he's literally, he akapatiana with Nigeria leadership. Always takes turns, whether it's the north and the south, south, they always have to rotate just to keep the peace and the balance.
Yes.
So he had this guy called Yaradua, right, from the north. He was one of his top picks. He was picked by Obasanjo's party because PDP, the party, was very powerful then. So Yaradua was picked, and he picks this guy as his running mate, a guy called Goodluck Jonathan.
Ayo, Jesus.
So Yaradua is elected. He's in power. He's very sickly. He goes, maybe 2-3 years, maybe 2 years. He dies. Who takes over?
Jonathan.
He's now the president. Can you imagine? Aliangukiwa.
Watu wameangukia hapa.
Bus. He does his term. And was never popular, right?
Hakuwa na luck.
Boom. He ran out of good luck. Elections, who comes in? The guy who had run out against Obasanjo 3 times. This was his 4th term, General Mohammed Buhari, who spends half his time in London anyways. And now here we are, going for re-election, going for 2nd term. He's running against the man who was Obasanjo's vice president, Atiku Abubakar. Was vice president under Obasanjo.
Right now the president is way ahead. Si umesikia kura zake zimehesabiwa
ako county Saba. Yes. The guy who took over from Sani Abacha. He said only 3 terms. I told you his initials were AAA, right? Abu Salami Abubakar.
Abu Salami.
Yeah, they all sound the same, Abubakar, Abu Salami Abubakar. Great guy, man. And he kept to his word. 3 years interim. And there we are, coming back to IBB. So IBB in 1988, he's come to visit Kenya. Him and Moi were very tight. Moi loved him, he loved him back, and they used to visit each other. So he comes to Kenya, state visit, Nairobi, Kabarak, Nini. He's having a good time. On the way from Kabarak, Moi has an appointment somewhere, right? So he gives outspoken Nakuru MP Kariuki Chotara. He gives him the job of escorting IBB to JKIA, because IBB is going back home. JKIA festivities, pomp and circumstance, Nini, traditional dances, and then now Kariuki Chotara is about to send Babangida off. Right? So Kariuki said, Raisi Babangida. That's what they call it, right? Babangida, They call it Babangida, right?
It is Babangida.
Yeah, Babangida.
Ukifika Kenya kwenda hivyo. Babangida.
So uende salama, ukifika huko Nigeria, usalimia Mama Gida na Gida mwenyewe. He didn't know his name was Babangida. He thought it was Babangida. Na ukifika Nigeria usalimia Mama Gida
na Gida mwenyewe. Unajua Giabu watu wanaitana na jina ya watoto Wakamau, Wama. So ni Babangida.
That's what we call a story of thick and fast.
Have you seen him?
Karizi anasema Wanna Taste It Tuesday, wewe kwa history ulikuwa unapata
Ulisema teacher alikumotivate.
Mrs. Pereira.
Yes.
I remember her to this day. She's in Portugal. Retired in Portugal.
Wow.
Yes. She still keeps in touch.
Ninakwambia.
She used to paint history with a brush.
Ule alikupigia simu siku moja.
Juzi. Sikuchukua.
Mtakutana siku moja.
Oh, lovely. Thanks so much for tuning in. Buddha Wamai. Elbergen. Warufaga.
Oh yes.
Mark me present.
Yeah.
Warufager.
Wanapotea what?
Nyargero. Nothing keeps me more hooked to Jeff and Hamo on Hot.
Yes.
Like the segment A Story.
A Day. That was a beautiful story.
Oh man. Baba Gida.
Baba.
Salimia Mama Gida.
Na Gida mwenyewe.
I met Babangida many times, man. What a charismatic man. IBB. Man, that guy.
Well, in Lagos.
In Abuja.
In Abuja.
In fact, the street he lives in, he lives in a place called, it's an hour away from Abuja, in Niger State. There's a state called Niger State, Niger. And he lives on the same street as this general who gave up power in 98. Abu Salami, Abubakar. They live on the same street.
Ni mabeshte.
Ni mabeshte.
Wewe uliniachia
kama one exchange stories hapa kwa street. Kama mfaiga ya huko. Babangida kwa hapa, Abu Salami, Abubakar kwa hapa.
That nation imebarikiwa pia hata kama iko na mangoli. You know how many presidents do they have still living?
And they're still counting votes.
Itaibiwa tu.
Imeenda.
Ilienda.
You just heard the phenomenal Gitu phenomenal.
Yes.
I'll tell you about another phenomenon called Fuliza.
Catch Jeff Koinange and Professor Hamo every day, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on Hot 96.